Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, March 17th, 2016. This is the morning drive where I drive to work in the morning. It's a very clever name. It's very, put a lot of work and thought into. No, I didn't. Basically, during the drive, it's about a 15 to 20 minute drive, and I read comments from the previous video. If I run out of comments, I just start to ramble about stuff. So, and more recently, I have not been running out of comments, which has been good. It means I don't have to try and think of something to talk about. Or, why are you tailgating me? The person behind me is aggressively tailgating. Okay. Anyway, that all being said, let's read the first comment. And that is from that guy on YouTube. I was sad there was no morning drive yesterday, which would have been 2 days ago from today. Yeah, I was kind of sad there too. I had it all prepped and everything, and then it was just like YouTube just wanted nothing to do with it, so sorry. But it gave it a chance to have a couple more comments thrown in there, which was nice. Bjorn Leo, hi. Do you have any country you dream of visiting? Yeah, I do. Next question. I do have a country that I'd like to visit. I would like to visit Venice and Rome are like the two top ones that I'd like to visit because I've never been there before. If there's somewhere I'd like to go back, it's not a country, it's a state. I'd like to go back to Louisiana, to New Orleans, because that was just a whole lot of fun. Because it's French hick, which is just awesome in itself. And if you're from there and you take offense to that, I'm sorry. Next question is from Mitchell Sampson. I heard you guys are good with magnets, and I want to start magnetizing my army. Where would you recommend getting magnets? I live in Nova Scotia. Mini Wargaming's store actually sells magnets, so if you want to check them out there, you can definitely do that. And the nice thing is that if you buy one of the packs, the back of them actually gives you like a little size and recommendation chart. So it's like, okay, well, if you want to magnetize arms for like regular Marines, we recommend either this size or this size. If you want to, magnetize the larger limbs for a monstrous creature, we recommend this size or this size. If you're doing like it has a little chart to kind of say like which ones are recommended if you're new to the thing. And then we also sell drill bits, so it helps you actually drill holes to put the magnets in. So we're good like that. Just let me get on the highway here. Oh, I see me and this car are gonna race. All right, hang on, guys. Oh, I'm so winning. Oh, yeah. That was good. That felt good. It's a good way to start the day. All right. Next question is from Shane7476. If the Mini Wargaming crew had a WWE-styled tag team championship, what would the pairs be? Who would win? I can already tell you who the pairs would be. It would be Matt and Dave, Josh and Steve, Chris and Justin, myself and Lee, and then Raw would be the referee, and Lee and I would be out like right off the bat, because if they catch me, I'm dead. Honestly, I think Matt and Dave might actually have it, because Josh and Steve would just get winded. They get winded super fast and just fall over. So, and Chris would do nothing. Chris would be like Big Show and just kind of walk around and be like, I don't care anymore. I judge your painting style and nothing else. Alright. Oh, here we go. Here's a new name that I haven't had to say before. Elrand? L-O Irand. That's, alright. How to say a name. Just break it up into smaller little words and read them together. So. Okay, I thought that was a cop. I was like, this is awkward. Okay. Hey, Quirk. Hey Quirk, I've been building a Thousand Suns Chaos Army and found a number of websites selling bits to give them more variety. Whoop, that's me driving off the road. Alright. I know Games Workshops don't tend to like this, and I was wondering what is yours and Mini Wargaming's thoughts on third-party models like this. We're actually, for the Gork and Morgan campaign, we're actually going to probably be doing a lot of third-party orc bits, just so that we can try and get a little bit more variety to them, because orcs themselves don't have much to like give them variety. Yeah, the bits have, you know, the odd thing here and there. One guy has a bigger tooth, one guy's got a bigger head, some guy might have like a cybernetic eye, but there's not a lot really going on there. It's not like with Space Marines where they could be wearing a helmet and it's like a Mark 1 through Mark 8 helmet. You can't put like adornments on them and stuff like that to cover them and all that stuff. Yeah, you can, but the kits don't actually come with them, whereas Space Marine kits do, and a lot of other kits have stuff to customize them. The orcs are very like, do you want a slugger? Do you want a choppa? Do you want him to have a backpack? Do you not want him to have a backpack? Do you want his head to be big? Do you want him to have a helmet on? That's the gist of it. And since we're doing themes, we're going to be doing bits that kind of help to match these themes. So, for example, if someone's doing a wrestler type army, then we'd have bits and stuff like that to make them look like wrestlers, and we would have to build a truck that looks like a wrestler, like a wrestling arena or something like that. So, or if we were to do a Mad Max theme, we'd have to be able to make orcs actually have the bits to make them look like they're Mad Max style. So we're going to be getting some third-party bits for that. We actually really like the third-party bits. It makes your miniatures look so much better, because after a while, say for example Space Marines, after a while of seeing Space Marines, doesn't matter how well they're painted, doesn't matter what they're doing, it gets a little old to kind of see Space Marines. And we've been getting a guy coming in every now and then to basically try and sell us some older bits and stuff like that. He's got a huge stock, so yeah, we'll take them. But it's like Christmas for us, because we go in and we open this stuff up and we see Space Marines, but it's like the old pewter Space Marines, where it's like they don't have arms. Their arms are part of their torso basically, and they hold the gun against their chest, so it's almost like a solid piece of resin for this Space Marine, and it's only like this big. It's not like the full-size Space Marine. It's nice and tiny, and we're like, wow, this is so cool. Like, we don't see it very often. We see all the new stuff, and we see it very regularly. So to see something old, or to see something with a lot of variant to make it look different than what we normally see, yeah, that's we love that. So as long as it's very easy to tell what something is, we don't like it when people come in, they're just like, okay, I'm gonna proxy my weird boy as a pain boy, which I was doing for a little while, but that's because we didn't have a pain boy in the office, and then we have one. I don't have to do that anymore. But stuff like that would happen, and it's just like, that's a pretty hard proxy. Like, that was my limit for proxying, was saying a weird boy was a pain boy. That was where I was like, okay, they're both HQ choices, they're both orc choices, they're both relatively close to the same size. That I can get away with. It's anything worse than that, it's like, okay, no, you're definitely stretching the envelope there. So anyway, CJ Phoenix, morning. Do you see much of Leland since his parting? No, we haven't seen much of him at all. I think he came in the one time to just pick up a few more of the things that he left behind, and since then we haven't seen him. So, I'm getting copies and pastes here. Charles Van Ness, Quirk, what is the geek/nerdiest thing you own? That's a good question. I own a lot of nerdy crap. Nerdiest geek/nerdy thing I own? Probably no. Up there would be my Deadpool hoodie. The one that I can actually zip all the way up and it makes me look like Deadpool, or the one that I do and it makes me look like Venom. Those are pretty nerdy, but that's not too much. A Doctor Who spork that I've actually used? I don't know. See, I'm trying to like think through my apartment and think of all the nerdy stuff I have. That I'm like, no, that's not really nerdy. That's work related. That's not really nerdy. That's work related. That's not really nerdy. That's work related. I don't own that much nerdy stuff when I think about it. I own a lot of knickknacks, but I don't have any like major nerdy, oh my gosh things. So, yeah. I can't think of it. I have to say it would probably be the sport though. So, there you go. That's the nerdiest thing I own. I have. That's sad. I'm a disappointment to myself right now for not being nerdy enough. In development. Dear Quirk, what is your least favorite thing in any game? Ooh. In any game, what is my least favorite thing? Cocky players. Yep. When, I said that loud, that's how passionate I am about this. When you get that person who's just like, I'm so good at this game, you shouldn't even try. Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't even think you're, like, what do you, I sound like Mitch Hedberg right now. But, like, they sound really, really cocky and really full of themselves, and all I want to do is stomp them into the ground in this game. And if I can't, and it's like, crap, they were cocky and they were right, that just gets under my skin. That's the worst thing ever. And it doesn't matter what game it's in. If it's in like a tabletop game, if it's in a video game, if it's in a sport, if it's in, I got nothing else, drinking games. Oh, it drives me insane. So, P.S. I got my first commission for painting rust onto an Iron Warrior Spartan assault tank. Nice! Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. Alrighty. No, stoked for Indy. That's sweet. Mentality. Hiya, Quirk. I know it's embarrassing, but will you pick a hot chick at a... Whoa. Oh, okay. Alright. I had to read that first before I finished. I was like, wait a second, this might not be appropriate. Hiya, Quirk. I know it's embarrassing, but will you pick up a hot chick at a light or even some other time? I think that means that at a light or some other time, if you can spice up the vid and ask them out. You can totally explain that you're doing your own fans. You're doing it for your fans. I think it would be awesome to see something impromptu like that, and hey, you never know, right? Yeah. Maybe. Why is it with, never mind. Okay, next. I'll see what I can do. You guys are ridiculous. Okay. Next comment, as like the page slowly creeps up on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Temu Taui. I'm close enough to the name's pronunciation. Thank you. The boulder with arms is Geodude, by the way. Yeah, I figured it out. As soon as I sat down, I was like, it was Geodude! Oh well. Just caught the horse heresy bug from watching you guys at Mini Wargaming, planning on starting my Imperial Fists army with loads of angry Templars. Very nice. Anyways, what models do you wish Forge will release next, and what do you collect? I'm pretty sure I saw your Alpha Legion, but now I see Ultramarines on your Facebook page. Yep. So, if I could, I would like to see them actually release some more Primarchs, just to kind of get the rest of the Primarchs out there, because I think that's like the main selling point for a lot of people, is just to be like, hey, I own the Primarch for my Legion, and right now they only have like, I think half of them, so it's kind of a bummer there. It'd be nice to see the rest of them. Well, hello. Person driving fast vehicle behind me. Random. Okay. And yeah, the studio army that I have is Alpha Legion, but the one that I've been working on in my own personal time is actually Ultramarines. I've been starting an Ultramarine army for myself for 40k, and I figured why not get a matching counterpart for 30K, and just the models that I can actually fit in between, I will. So like the Leviathan Assault, like the Leviathan Dreadnought, and any of the flyers, like the Forge World ones, they actually have some rules for 40K, and it would be cool to be able to like use them on both sides. So I've got the two armies, I'm painting them up the exact same. It's kind of a pain doing the marble, but I think it'll look cool when I've got everybody done and they're all standing on marble. So I have a Robote Guliman on my desk. That's just, it's gonna sit there till I get enough nerve to actually think, okay, I'm ready to paint this, and then try and paint it, because I do not want to mess up that model. So, but yeah, that's why you're seeing Alpha Legion. You're also seeing Ultramarines. I haven't finished enough Ultramarines to actually get them on in front of a camera. It's kind of like I've said it in previous videos a while back, it's a slow growth thing for me. It's just something that I'm taking my time and working on to make sure it looks really pretty. So it's more of a passion project than an actual work-related army. So when it gets done, it gets done. But that is it for the comments. Now I gotta try and think of what to talk about. I'm trying to think. I'm going back to Mentality's comment about trying to spice up the videos and add guests. I'm like, ooh, I could add guests. It might not be a hot chick, but you never know. I don't like, why is it always hot chicks? Quirk, grab a hot chick. What? I don't know. Anyway, speaking of hot chicks and stuff like that, it's St. Paddy's Day. So who's excited to go out and drink green adult beverages and then later on in the evening puke up green adult beverages? So last night I had a friend of the family, their daughter just moved into St. Catharines where I live and doesn't really know the area too well, so I offered to basically take her out and show her around a little bit. And we ended up going to, after driving around for like 5 minutes and just talking as we like went to downtown St. Catharines, we get there and we end up at this basically it's like an ale house, and I had arranged for a bunch of people to meet up with us there so that I could actually introduce her to a couple of locals so that she'd have friends, because friends are good. So we get there, I introduce her to everybody, and it turns out it's $2 beer night. So, you know, a $2 beer later, another $2 beer later, another $2 beer later. Anyway, this kind of went on for a little while, and I was still pretty sober because I was pacing myself. And one of the people in the group asked if I could give them a ride home. So I gave this person a ride home. Get a phone call as I'm driving back saying, hey, where are you? I was like, oh, I'm on my way back. Why? Like, oh, because your, you know, friend is here waiting for you. She wants to leave. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Pull into the drive, and the one person walks up, rolls down, like I roll down my window. I was like, what's going on? Like, everybody's standing outside. And she's like, do you want a puker in your car? I'm like, why? Why do people feel the need to do that? So, yeah, I had to babysit a little bit. She was a puker. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little story. I'm sure I will have an interesting one for you for tomorrow because, well, St. Paddy's Day. As always, guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below and I will answer them tomorrow. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Try and see if we can get up to 300 subscribers. If we hit 300 subscribers, I will do a giveaway because I have something to give away. So, anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Happy wargaming.